Hello and welcome back to another video, folks. Today we're reviewing on 76178 Lego Daily Bugle from Lego Marvel. This set has 3,772 pieces, retails for $299.99 USD, $479.99 SGD, has 25 minifigures, and without further ado, let's move on to the next section. So starting off with our beautiful set of our Daily Bugle over here, let's go into the minifigures first. Here are all 25 of the minifigures over here, 19 of which are actually unique to this set, including the civilian minifigures. And yeah, for this video, I won't be going too much into the minifigures, but I'll just be kind of talking about their names, showing their back torsos, secondary expression, and that's kind of it. Anyways, from left to right, first off we have Amber Grant, this is her back torso, Aunt May, Band Urich, Bernie the cab driver, Betty Brant, Black Cat, which is looking pretty wild and cool, Blade right there, my man the half vampire, Carnage, Daredevil, Matt Murdock, Dr. Octopus, Octo Octavius, Firestar from Spider-Man and his friends back in the day, Ghost Spider, otherwise known as Spider-Gwen, Green Goblin looking pretty cool, Gwen Stacy, which is technically, the Ghost Spider to an extent if you think about it, J. Jonah Jameson right there, being ever so blunt in terms of criticizing Spider-Man, Mysterio, Peter Parker with his red jacket, Robbie Robertson, Ron Barney, Sandman with his green outfit with pretty nice sand leg piece right there, Spider-Ham, I didn't have this minifigure before, so really amazing to get him, Spider-Man with printer arms and red boots, kind of new I guess to an extent with the red boots, but otherwise kind of same, Spider-Man Miles Morales with his dark red hood, the Punisher, I'm so glad I got this minifigure honestly, Venom, and that's all the minifigures. So the one that I love the most out of all of this is probably Firestar, just because I love her from back in the day. It's really nostalgic to see her again in minifigure form since I watched the cartoon quite a bit when I was young in terms of like just watching it on CD and etc. So yeah, seeing her over here, although without Iceman, is still pretty cool as well because, you know, I never expected this character to become a minifigure at all. So yeah, getting her is amazing. Love her torso right there. Her red hair really works well. And yeah, I'm just happy. And that's kind of my opinions on the minifigures. Without further ado, let's move on to the next section. So for our next section, we'll talk about the exterior design of the Daily Bugle over here. So first off, just looking at the whole building itself, I guess it looks actually not bad, although most of the patterns are actually just the glass and the gray patterns over here. But like the stickers included in this set just makes it really nice, and the characters being positioned around the whole thing looks really cool as well. Some things I kind of like about it is especially the big stickers on the panels over here, with the DB News being over there, and with Jameson over there basically explaining what's happening in the whole city, such as Dr. Kurt Connors, Professor Miles Warren, and Scarlet Spider being interviewed. Kurt Connors is actually a lizard if you guys don't know. And yeah, you even have like breaking news of how villains actually are professing that they are gonna stop being bad guys. And yeah, it's just whether they could be trusted when they say that, because villains usually go back to doing bad things, you know? And there's even a side panel as well with Norman Osborn over there, which is going to be Mayor, which is pretty cool because technically he is in this set as Green Goblin. So yeah. And before I forget to talk about this, let's talk about the mini builds of this set, the Sandman build and the Taxi. So for the Sandman build, honestly this looks really nice just because of the movability of this whole build. You can angle in different ways if you want to due to the ball joints actually attached over here. So yeah, flexibility, very important. It works well for what it is here and just makes the Sandman build much more real in appearance. Next, for the Taxi build, what I generally like about this is the amount of play space given. You can put at least 2 minifigures inside, which is an added point. Otherwise, the stickers of this build right here just make it brighten up. And yeah, that's all my opinions for the mini builds. Let's go back to the building. And next, looking at the front over here, we have the main Daily Bugle sticker over there. At the side, we have the newsstand over there with more interesting details, as technically this newsstand has 2 prints and 3 stickers inside. So the 2 prints provided are actually just No Crime, No Thanks to Spider-Man prints, and of course the fifth one over there representing Kingpin. The 3 stickers, however, are just kind of normal, representing like I Love New York City, and the last one being like Lady Liberty sticker, so yeah. And of course, with a road, we have some decorations as well with some plants and fire hose. And aside, we have some blockages, some crates, a sewer print over there as well, which is pretty cool. At the back, we have more trash cans over there with some items inside. And a small little Easter egg is this cobweb that is hiding like Peter Parker's backpack inside, for in case he need to change back to Peter Parker afterwards. So yeah. On to the first level over here. So the only way we can kind of look from is actually from the top and the side over here. So the side over here, we can actually pop off this wall like it exploded. So it's pretty cool looking because it's kind of an action feature to which kind of reminds me of that scene where Magneto kind of exploded Daily Bugle in Ultimate Spider-Man as well. So pretty good memories right there. Yeah, looking in over here, the first thing you probably notice is the big television panel over there representing Morbius the Living Vampire. It's a reference to which is pretty cool. So yeah, the panel over there kind of says like panic as garlic supplies run all-time lows, because it makes sense since garlic is the weakest point of a vampire. They're allergic to which or weak against it. So yeah. And then looking more into this first level over here, we have a nice vending machine over there with a number print as well, which is pretty nice. And we have a waiting area with Gwen Stacy sitting over there. And of course, some newspapers prints over here as well. We have 5 over here, 2 of which are actually the same as the ones in the newsstand earlier. And 3 over there are actually exclusive to this floor if I'm not wrong. The first one being that Spider-Man is a menace. The middle one being a Lego man being on the moon, which is totally unrelated to the Marvel universe. And the left one being that I think there's a new building for the newspaper company. And that is kind of it for this floor. So without further ado, let's move on to the second floor. Onto the second floor over here, we have a lot of different references in this floor, I have to say. And yeah, just looking into the middle section of this floor first, we have the main area, the main office of the different employees for the Daily Bugle. So they're basically working in this floor, and you can see a lot of different kinds of amenities that they use over here, including like coffee pots, cups, desserts, etc. Just amenities that they need to kind of survive throughout the day because they need energy, right? So they need to drink and eat. But other than that, you can see a lot of work stuff as well, including the different kinds of television panels over there with the different reporters reporting different things, as you can see. And this floor, we have just a lot of different stickers and like prints representing that, mostly prints, I would say. So some of these panels, like this over here with television panels, are all actually like stickers, whereas the news reports are all prints itself. So the prints I have over here in this level are actually, for example, the ones on the panel over there. Actually, Doc Ock still at large, Spider-Man no more, or Time Scare. That's a representation of the Green Goblin if I'm not wrong. Over here as well, we have like the identity of Spider-Man, like reference to which, and of course like whether Spider-Man will finally be unmasked. Everything related to his identity basically. And of course, we have references to other villains as well, like the Rhino, Electro, and even like heroes like, for example, Newson and Murdoch winning a big lawsuit. So if you guys don't know, that's a reference towards like the firm whereby Matt Murdock, or otherwise known as Daredevil, works in. So yeah, and that is kind of it for this floor right here. I really like the keyboard prints, I have to say. Never seen that before, so I'm glad that they provided in this set. And the back as well with some bottles and of course a water cooler as well, which is nice that they provided. And yeah, that's kind of it for this floor. A pretty kind of general working environment area, but I would say it's really cool to see for a build like the Daily Bugle. Now, going up one floor, we have the third floor over here looking pretty funky in appearance with a giant explosion that's happening with the Green Goblin coming out of nowhere, with all of those Technic attachments being attached to which with all those glass pieces. And I just feel that this is a really cool contraption to make in this set over here, action-packed, and yeah, I wish that LEGO would do more of this. Although one thing I would say is the fact whereby this is kind of put in this manner is kind of dangerous as well, because like when I actually attached this to the third floor at the beginning after I built it, this was actually kind of flimsy, and there were some times whereby this whole floor of this wall would actually fall off to the floor, which is kind of dangerous. So yeah, maybe they could have made it more stable in appearance, I would say, so that it attaches to like the whole third floor better. But other than that, this thing is pretty much perfect. So next on looking into the interior of the third floor, however, if we look from the right side, we basically have a pretty dusted up kind of office area over here, which is where I think Peter Parker basically hides out. So this is kind of his office area, I would say, or maybe the storeroom, depending on which, because it's pretty badly maintained with some cobwebs over there, a spider, of course we have over here a photocopier, a newspaper reference to the conspirator as well, so that's a print right there, a pizza print on top, his camera over there, some cupboards over there, the side, some crates, a cupboard as well, and yeah, that's kind of it for this side over here. Whereas the left over there, we have the reference towards the favorite meme of our Spider-Man over there, the meme of him sitting on the desk. Pretty cool looking, with some of the memes being of a pretty dirty meaning. You can check it out if you want online. I think it's from like 2011's meme, so it's been a pretty long time, but it's a really pretty legendary meme, I would say. And yeah, it was just kind of hyped out ever since like the Lego Daily Bugle came out during that point in time, and we saw this inside the set, so it's pretty cool to see over here. And we have the really cool, sticker over there with Spider-Man's face at the back as well, which is part of the meme. And that's kind of my opinions for this floor. Without further ado, let's move on to the 4th floor. So for our very last floor over here, I'm going to talk about the ceiling together with the 4th floor. So I'm going to talk about the top first before I reach into the interior. So first off, we have the main Daily Bugle title on top over there, made out of all the tiles over there, which I feel that is just really nice in appearance, especially when you look from the exterior. But other than that, we also have a nice attachment over there, allowing, well, Spider-Man to drive his bugle or drive his buggy upwards towards the ceiling, which is kind of cool because it kind of represents like Spider-Man's ability really well, which I love. And then otherwise, looking on the top over there, we have kind of a, I'm guessing, I'm not really sure since this kind of thing doesn't exist in Singapore, but I think it's a water tank to an extent. Correct me if I'm wrong, not very sure what this contraption is, but that's what I assume it is. And other than that, we have a signaling kind of tower over there as well, which gives like, I guess, Daily Bugle the signal they need to kind of transmit the news online. So yeah. And then with this kind of transmission device over here, we also have an attachment allowing us to see Firestar in all her might over there, flying on top like a superhero she is. So yeah, over here we have like a lot of different kind of fire and just trans orange kind of pieces over there attached to her, representing her blasting off. So it's just really cool to see her over there in all her might. And that's kind of it for kind of the exterior appearance of, I guess, the 4th floor. Now without further ado, let's move into the interior. So for the interior of the 1st floor, first off, we have 2 parts over here, including a reception counter where Betty Grant stands, and of course the main office of J. Jonah Jameson. So going to the reception counter first, the first thing you notice is probably her desk right there, for a nice keyboard, and of course the print over or the sticker over there that is saying that she has missed calls from Eddie Brook. So Eddie Brook is Venom, if you guys didn't know. And of course at the end over there, we have a nice sticker of the same television panel on the 3rd floor outside as well, just a smaller version where J. Jonah Jameson is interviewing the 3 different characters. So yeah, and that's kind of it for the side over here. Other than that, if we look into J. Jonah Jameson's office, we have some details as well, including the main desk over here, which basically shows a sticker of Peter Parker being fired and a reward for photos of Spider-Man's print. Pretty nice looking. And then for J. Jonah Jameson, he's just sitting there on a desk with his pen menacingly. And aside, we have another cupboard with some Lego City rocks, some trophies, and a cup for him. And that's kind of it for the 4th level over here. Now with that, we have gone on to our final verdict. So going on to the final verdict with everything being attached back over here, as you can see, this set is an absolutely beautiful set, and I would say that in terms of aesthetics wise, although the colors is a bit dull in appearance, but there is accuracy to which, I would actually give this set a solid 8 in terms of aesthetics, just because although the color is dull due to the grey patterns of which, there are a lot of plus points to which, such as the ladder at the start over there, and the fact whereby just the Daily Bugle, this tiles over here just adds on to like the je ne sais quoi of which, I would say. And yeah, even the signaling tower is pretty cool as well. So yeah, I quite like it in terms of its appearance, especially below over there on the 1st floor with all those newsstand and all. So yeah. And then next on for functionality though, I would say I actually would give this a solid 9, just because there's a lot of movability and flexibility to this whole build, especially like contraptions, for example, those pop-out contraptions like in the 1st floor whereby the wall can kind of pop out, or for example like where Green Goblin can kind of pop out from there. Everything of which like speaks of flexibility, which I really love, and it kind of fits in with both a display set and a playset as well, because you have some structures such as this buggy over here, or perhaps even Firestar that can kind of move to an extent, and you can even like show off some Easter eggs such as where the bag was hidden inside a wall earlier. So yeah, just a lot of play features which I really love, and therefore I would give it a 9 in terms of functionality. Lastly but not least, in terms of price however, I would actually give this a decent 10, just because of the number of minifigures given, and of course I actually really love this build. A lot of things to go through in here, a lot of different references, and there's a lot of prints as well, which is very impressive. Even for pretty expensive sets, you don't usually see that, and this is really impressive just because like there's just a lot of like name drops everywhere, like Electro, Rhino, Matt Murdock everywhere inside those prints, and even stickers as well with Dr. Connor being like mentioned. and just a lot of different Easter eggs, which I absolutely love as a Marvel fan. So yeah, I'm just really happy with what it is, and therefore in terms of price, it's a 10 for me. And with those scores, this set is definitely an A+. So if you like Marvel, if you like Spider-Man, please do make sure to buy this set. I highly recommend it. And that is all for today. So if you like this video so far, please do make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Now, lumos and Toodles. Bye guys.